Hey there, guys. So unfortunately, I don't know if this. Yeah, this is working. Okay. I got a different iPhone, so it's a little different setup, I guess. Well, it's the same, but I don't know. But anyhow, a lot of you have been requesting a setup video, and I've been promising I'll do one, but right now I'm kind of slammed with some work and stuff. Uh, well, my own company. So as you can imagine, my office is absolutely destroyed. And I'm doing a hackintosh build for a client right now who apparently wants Thunderbolt. He can only do Thunderbolt on Z87, at least with the card he provided. I could have done Thunderbolt on a different motherboard with it built in, but the ones with it built in do not support a Thunderbolt expansion card, and he had one because he paid $600 for it. And where is that piece of crap? Right over here. This thing. See? This thing. It's a Thunderbolt card. Yeah, I looked it up online. You can find them if you want a quick sale. Buy them. It's about $200, but he bought it when it first came out on a Z78, and he thought it would work with his computer. He didn't read specs, and oh well, it didn't work for him. So I'd find him an older motherboard, which costs more money than a newer motherboard because it's an older motherboard. So whatever. All right. Plus, for those who know that, that is Suzan. Now, Suzan does run Hackintosh. Now, I did have an i7-5820K, died. And so I sent it back out to Intel. They refurbished it, I think, or something. I don't know what they did. They sent it back to me. It worked for a couple of days, died again. Personally, I thought it was the power supply because I did a multimeter test on my power supply. It was giving me bad flow through the power. So I went in and swapped out the power supply for a AX860i. I had one before, but I decided I'll swap for a new one just in case it is a problem because it did take the motherboard with it. And what was it, MSI X99 Deluxe or something like that. And then about 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM also went with it. Luckily, we have insurance in Canada. We can insure our computers, cars, everything like that. And my computer has a $10,000 insurance policy. So if it ever went missing or it ever broke or crashed or never worked again, I have insurance for that reason. I made a claim and I bought a new one. But the parts are coming in and I'm kind of, well, there's some parts coming in and other things I'm kind of waiting on right now. So I'm right now running the original Suzan, the AMD FX. Well, it was a 9590, but I sold that to a friend of mine. But I have an 8320 in that, so 4 gigahertz, 8 core processor, pretty beastly of a rig. But for those who don't know, but AMD FX can run Hackintosh if you run the AMD kernel, and you can download it anywhere. I probably will do a video on Hackintoshes because I get that a lot for questions of how to use a Hackintosh and how to run a Hackintosh. It's fun. The issue is I installed the web drivers last night. I was getting my audio working. I got the audio working, and I installed the NVIDIA web drivers for my graphics card. And I'm now stuck on the still waiting for root device. So I probably have to log into my Hackintosh and type in RD equals disk 0S2, which stands for disk 0, which is the boot disk, and then section 2 or sector 2, which is not the bootloader but the actual operating system to get past the still waiting root device, and then I just have to do repairs to it and then it would be booting. I should probably try that right now live on camera. I don't know if that worked, but I'm just organizing some files. So I have Windows 8.1 going. And for those who don't know this, but if you saw my Twitter, I did this. I mounted a monitor. Well, I had a bunch of white screens, and I was like, it'd be great for streaming if I had a big screen up and down for chat. But they're so expensive. You add $100 bill to any monitor that's able to do it. So I was like, why do I just do it to an old cheapo monitor that I have lying around? Because I run 24-inch monitors now in SLI. And then I realized in reality, SLI is completely pointless now that, we've advanced graphics technology to the point that we can afford to. And so I have three 19-inch Acer monitors back from 2007. Yeah, I ran SLI back when SLI was not even cool yet. But I did that, and I got it out, and it's actually been more useful to me so far for organizing files, finding stuff, chats, market stuff that I do, investments, invoices. That's been more useful to me than both of my 24-inch monitors. So I'm kind of happy about that, getting a reuse out of it. If you guys want a video on it, I can make another one. I have another 19-inch here, which I think I might do it as well. and turn it over and actually turn it to a second sideways display, which would be amazing. Because then I'll have, I think it's 1800 by 2680 or 2880 pixels if I join the monitors together, which would be really cool. But anyhow, let's see if this Hackintosh will boot into the thing if I type in the right system thingy, bobber, jiggy thing. But yeah, look at this. Green. My favorite color, by the way. And for those who wonder, these are gunners. I get asked a lot on my stream, is what are those? They're green. They're gunners. If you stare at a computer monitor for a long period of time, I would suggest getting gaming glasses because it will save your eyeballs. Sorry if I keep looking over here, I keep seeing myself. I'm not used to vlogging anymore. There's not really much to vlog in my life right now, so unfortunately that's how it is. There's one downside to owning a sideways monitor, in this case. You see here when the motherboard boots. Boot. See? There you go. It boots sideways. But we'll get the Hackintosh menu up here in a sec. For those who don't know what Hackintosh looks like when you boot it, there you go. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know. Hold on, let me turn the camera around. Okay, on, you're dirty. Oh, you're a dirty boy. Dirty boy. Yeah. So that's Hackintosh in all its famous glory. So pretty much what we gotta do here is dash V for verbose mode, dash X for single user mode. Then we have to type in NPCI equals X2000 because we have to. And I'm guessing RD equals disk 0S2 should actually get past the still booting device, but we'll see. So if you guys want to see this, you're gonna see it like this, but I would tilt like this, but you guys wouldn't see it properly, and it's kind of annoying. But yeah, you'll see it booting. We'll see if we get stuck on the still rooting device. Oh, I don't think we are actually. I think we might actually be successfully booting in the Hackintosh now. I got here, yeah, checking file system. Yay! So I did have to tell it where to go. So you're about to see Mac actually boot on my operating system. Or boot up on my PC. There it goes. Boom. So it looks like crap because of the fact is that, you know, it's in single user mode. So let's log in. Alright, so unfortunately it's duplicated on all displays because, well, that's what happens. But I think now we should be able to restart and we should be good. But we're going to go check our file system here to make sure that it's all okay. So pretty much go, computer, Hackintosh, extras, and then we got to go into this one here. And then we got to make sure that this is all correct. It appears that everything in here is correct and working properly. Do we have sound yet? I installed the sound drivers last night and I didn't know it actually worked. No, it didn't. So I gotta make a modified Kenks for that, for AMD, but that's not a big deal. I did for the internet driver. I can do it for this too. It does not take much to make a driver for Hackintoshes. I do them all the time, and I'm known on the Hackintosh forums actually for doing the odd builds. Like I do, like, let's say the workstation boards are not very popular with Hackintoshes, and neither is the dual socket boards. I do a lot of those. I do a lot of Hackintoshes for studios here at Edmonton, and I do a lot of custom drivers for them. Well, usually Linux stuff, and then I convert it to Unix, and then do a bunch of coding, and then fix it. But not hard to me at all. Look at that. Alright, so everything on here, holy shit, that's completely white on you. Look at that. That's neon white. What is with this? Hold on, let me turn on the brightness. Hold on. Turn down the brightness. Okay, okay, stop. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that looks right. Everything here looks right. That all looks good. And yeah, everything looks good. So technically right now, this should boot into a normal OS X now that we told it where to boot from. So we'll see here in a second. Which is going to be pretty awesome if it works. Figured I'd convert you around. So, as you don't, if you guys never seen a Hackintosh on boot, there you go. The one downside to a Hackintosh is if you have a TV like this, because I used to have two 24-inch monitors by LG, 4K monitors, This one's still 4K, but it won't work at 4K with the video card and the other two monitors. Just it just doesn't, and that's just how it is because Hackintosh. By Windows, it runs 4K, no problem natively, no issue. But TVs, I used it for my consoles when I was a console gamer, and I still have it because it's the best I've ever had, and the color correction is amazing on it. Alright, so here's our thing. So we're going to go dash V. Oh, it just kicked into OS X, or at least it tried. Chances are it's probably going to give me an error. If it does still give me the root, still waiting on root device error, then I can easily fix that by going into the boot commands and just typing in where the disk is. Okay, so there you go. So it actually just kicked right into OS X. So let me show you how we do things here. Okay, so boot it right up. Obviously, I have an M.2 SATA, so it's like instant, and I have both Windows 8.1 and Macintosh installed on the same M.2 SATA. But if you guys have mirrored images like this, it's easy to fix. Go to display, it's going to show all this stuff. You go to alignment and you uncheck mark mirror displays, and then everything does just don't ting. There you go. And so this here is the LG, so we're going to go over here with the LG. This is our side monitor, so that's going to go there. This is this monitor, and that's going to go there. Okay, so now everything's kind of working correctly here. Now with this monitor, we're going to have to change the rotation, so this is where it gets a little annoying to do this because you have to kind of play with it. There you go. And since it's the way it is, it's 270. There we go. And confirm. So we're going to be 900 by 1440p, which is amazing. And this one's going to be 1080, obviously, because straight up that's what it is. And the TV is going to be the best to scale display because it's going to have a bit overscan because I haven't fixed that yet, but we're going to see what we can do with it later. But yeah, there we go. So now we have our Hackintosh up and running, graphics running great as before. So there you guys go. If you have never seen an AMD FX run Hackintosh, it runs it absolutely perfectly without an issue because of bootloaders and shit like that. That just happened to work. But look, see? Look at that. Unfortunately, wow, focus on the text, my friend. Focus, 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 focus. The camera won't focus. There we go. So it's a 4 gigahertz. It says unknown because it has no idea what processor is in it because it's AMD. But 30 gigs of RAM, nothing too bad. So here we go. We got our 42 gigs, 32 gigs of RAM. This will never change. Just so you know, this is glitched out on OS X. We can't update it on here unless we do a manual hack kind of thing to make it work. But here you go. We got our GPU. It will never say the model number of the GPU. It just says the chip. So for those who don't know, this is a, I think this 980 I have in here right now, 4 gig model. And so that's that, and then you go to displays, and then you have your storage, which is all those. Look at all the storage. Now, I'm going to drop the camera for a second. Now, the one thing I did do that you might want to consider doing inside of Windows as well is there's MBR, and then there's GUI. So in GUI, GUI pretty much allows the Macintosh OS and the Windows OS talk to each other. So when I boot up in Windows, Windows can actually see what Mac OS has for like documents and stuff like that. I can't run the packages and stuff, obviously, but it has all the documentation. It can read if I make a Word document here, I can read it in my Windows version as well, and all my drives. So when I record a game in Windows, I can use Final Cut Pro on my Mac here, and then edit it if I want to. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I love having a Macintosh or Hackintosh, and at the same time as Windows, it runs seamlessly. The bootloader takes care of all the booting issues. But yeah, you'll see here actually with the color code. This is a monitor that's been Adobe RBG rated. It's been edited for that for Adobe, and then this is like movie. Look at the color correction. Look at that. This has a deeper. This is LED, and so is that. But this has a movie standard like 10 billion to 1 ratio or something like that, and this only has like 700 or a million to 1, something, I don't know. But it just goes to show how technology has advanced dramatically. Anyway guys, this vlog was for you today, and it's showing you pretty much what my setup is. I'm going to do a more appropriate vlog. Well, I guess I could actually go through a little bit deeper in context, couldn't I? So this is the headset I use right now because my cats ate through my really expensive one that cost $300. And yeah, unfortunately that's what cats do. They're not my cats, as if you've seen my previous vlogs, I no longer have Milo or Bailey because girlfriend said get rid of him because Milo kept trying to kill one of the other cats, and I mean kill. Like he tried ripping off her other tail, and we had to get surgery done. It cost us like $600. But so that's the issue we had. And you guys probably want to see the inside of Suzan. Yes, I named my computer Suzan. Get over it. But here you go. This is the inside of Suzan. So we have 32 gigs of Kingston HyperX Red. We have a Corsair H100i with the static pressure fans. Those are custom like fans. You can't get those with the cooler. You have to buy them separately, and it just matches. We have a Gigabyte GA990FX UD7, I think it is. I don't know. It has 7 PCI Express slots, and I'm not shitting you. It does. This was actually a motherboard on my Bitcoin mining rig, the one I have for myself, and I also bought another one for my boss, but his is sitting over there, but whatever. I have a shirtload of hard drive space. I have an Intel SSD up here, and then I have M.2 that's buried underneath the video card because that's how the motherboard is designed. And so yeah, it's pretty straight up forward. It's pretty nice. I like it. So nothing too crazy. It's a little loud because I decided to on Hackintosh. The fans controller does not want to work correctly. So in the CPU style things, like the fan curvature for the CPU on here averages Intel. So 90 degrees is okay. We need to crank it up, but like 70 is not a big deal to it. So it doesn't ramp it up correctly. So these max out with 62 degrees. You don't want to go past that on an AMD CPU, but it doesn't do it correctly. So I'm kind of modifying the HW monitor right now so that way the fan curvature does work correctly. But for right now, I just have it on direct power, so that way the fans don't freaking slow down and the water cooling gets boiling. We had that issue the other day and it was driving me insane. But yeah, and for those who want to see my motherboard, I have a Razer Deathstalker Ultimate, and obviously the old trusty Death Adder 2013, which I've had since 2013. And this has been the best fucking mouse. Like, if this breaks, I will buy another 2013 Death Adder. That's how good it is. And then I have a G27 for my stream and racing and gaming. I also have an Xbox controller and all that stuff. And everything you need to slack off and have a good day. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe down below. And, yeah. If you guys want to see more videos on Hackintoshes, you just let me know. I'll hook you up. I will pretty much show you a video. Actually, I can record my monitors remotely, so I can actually do a screen capture of installing a Hackintosh and how to troubleshoot Hackintoshes and how to make custom drivers and stuff. So if you guys have a build, I have personally not come across the build. I have not been able to get a Hackintosh working on 100%. Some people are not confident enough to do those kind of things. I am. I know how, and it's just how it works in the industry. Some people just can do it, some people can't. It's a lot like, you guys probably know something I don't have a fucking clue about. No, I wouldn't be surprised. You might know Hackintosh better than I do, and you might go, hey, you're a fucking idiot, you should have gone with Intel. Well, fuck you, my Intel blew up. Sad face. But if you are going to build a Hackintosh, I would heavily suggest go with an i7 or an i5. Probably actually to make a budget build, an i5. 4690K or X or something like that, or I'm not sure. I never bought an i5. I wanted an i7. But yeah, anyhow, comment, like, subscribe down below. I'm gonna keep rambling on if I don't shut this damn thing off. So we'll talk to you tomorrow, and there will be a video uploaded. We're gonna be going back to our regular schedules as before because I needed a week off. I felt like shit. So bye.